Let's solve this together. It says x minus 1 all raised to the power 6 is equal to 5 raised to the power 6. How do we solve this? First thing to do here is that you have to recognize that the highest power of x is 6. So you should have 6 solutions. Alright? So how do we go ahead to find these 6 solutions the fastest way possible? Now, let's express this as x minus 1 all raised to the power of 2 times 3. And then cross this over to this side, we have minus 5 raised to the power 2 times 3 is equal to 0. Now recall that if you have a raised to the power n all raised to the power of m, it is equal to a raised to the power m all raised to the power of n, which is equal to a raised to the power m times n. Okay, so hence we're going to have from here, we have x minus 1 all raised to the power of 3, okay, now squared, minus 5 raised to the power 3 rather, squared is equal to 0. This is difference of two squares, and difference of two squares states that a squared minus b squared is equal to a plus b times a minus b. Okay, so what we're going to have here is now x minus 1 all raised to the power of 3 plus 5 raised to the power 3, okay, multiplied by x minus 1 all raised to the power of 3 minus 5 raised to the power of 3. Alright, and this is equal to 0. Okay, now moving on, you're going to have, using the law of difference of two cubes and the law of sum of two cubes, the law of sum of two cubes states that a cubed plus b cubed is equal to a plus b into a squared minus ab plus b squared, and a cubed minus b cubed is equal to a minus b into a squared plus ab plus b squared. Applying these laws here, you're going to have, for this one, let this be a, let this be b, okay? So we're going to have this minus b's will be x minus 1, this is b, so we have minus 5 to the 5, okay? Now multiplied by this squared, so x minus 1 all squared, okay, minus x minus 1 times 5 plus 5 squared, okay, and then we have this multiplied by, for this one we have x minus 1 minus 5, okay, so we have x, so sorry, this one was plus 5 here, this one is now x minus 1 minus 5, okay, all multiplied by, now the first one is x minus 1 squared, okay, so we have x minus 1 squared plus 5 times x minus 1, okay, plus 5 squared, okay. Moving on, we now have x minus 1 plus 5 is x plus 4 multiplied by x squared, x times 1 is minus 1, minus x times 2 is minus 2x, 1 squared is plus 1, minus 5 times x is 5x, 5 times minus 1 is minus 5 times minus 1 is plus 5 plus 25. Okay, now moving on, we now have that this side becomes x minus 6 multiplied by x squared minus 2x plus 1, okay, which is what this is, plus 5x minus 5 plus 25. Okay, and all this is equal to 0, remember. So we now have x plus 4 multiplied by x squared minus 2x plus 5x is minus 7x, 5 plus 1 is 6 plus 25 is 31, so we have plus 31 multiplied by x minus 6 times x squared minus 2x plus 5x is plus 3x, and then we have 5 plus 20, sorry, 1 plus 25 is 26, 26 minus 5 is 21. So we have plus 21 is equal to 0. Okay, so let me do something now. Let me decide to group this and then group this. Okay, so we're going to have this side and this side. Now when the product of two things are equal to 0, so when you have something like this, x plus 4 times this equal to 0 and this times this is equal to 0, it's either that this is equal to 0 or this is equal to 0. So x plus 4 multiplied by x squared minus 7x plus 31 is equal to 0, or x minus 6 multiplied by x squared plus 3x plus 21 is equal to 0. So we're here again, when the product of two things is equal to 0, is either the first one is equal to 0 or the second one is equal to 0. So for the first one, we're doing this one first. It's either x plus 4 is equal to 0, implying that x is equal to minus 4, or, okay, x squared minus 7x plus 31 is equal to 0. Using the quadratic formula, we have that x is equal to minus b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. Hence from here you now have that x should now be equal to minus minus 7 is 7 plus or minus square root of minus 7 squared is 49 minus 4ac is 4 times 31 times 1, okay, all over 2a is 2 times 1, which is 2. Now x is now equal to 7 plus or minus square root of 49 minus 4 times 1 is 4, 4 times 3 is 12, all over 2. Okay, this is plus or minus here. Now we now have that x will now be equal to 7 plus or minus square root of 49 minus 124 is 75. Okay, minus 75 all over 2. Okay, now x will now be equal to 7 plus or minus, so we have here to be 5i root 3 all over 2. Okay, so we have that x is either 7 plus 5i root 3 over 2, or 7 minus 5i root 3 over 2, or x is equal to minus 4, which is the first answer we had. So moving on from here, let's do this by the side. Now we can also say that x, so for the second condition we have that x minus 6 is equal to 0, implying that x is equal to 6, or x squared plus 3x plus 21 is equal to 0. Using the quadratic formula again, we now have that x will now be equal to minus 3 plus or minus square root of 3 squared is 9 minus 4 times 21 is 84, all over 2 times 1 is 2. This is equal to minus 3 plus or minus square root of 84 minus 9 is minus 75. Okay, all over 2. This is now equal to minus 3 plus or minus, the same thing here, 5i root 3 all over 2. So the answers for x are minus 3 plus 5i root 3 over 2, or minus 3 minus 5i root 3 over 2, or 6, or minus 4, or 7 plus 5i root 3 over 2, or 7 minus 5i root 3 over 2. Can you now clap for me? So these are the answers for x. See you in the next video.